Hello, I'm Gus Edwards with Summit Outdoor Sales, here to show you the proper install for the Knockout Contender nock from Clean Shot. What you'll do is you'll first purchase your packet of nocks. This pack will virtually fit any arrow in the industry, all the way from 5mm to 6.5mm. There are different bushings inside the package that you'll use for different shaft sizes, and we'll go over some of that here today. The first thing you want to do is remove your nock from the package. Once you remove your nock from the package, you will see that there is a gray C-clip. That is just for packaging purposes. It keeps the nock from coming on during shipping. So just take that and dispose of it. You won't use that again. Just like you see it as the nock comes out of the package with the gray C-clip removed, that is designed for a 5mm shaft. The next thing you want to do to complete this install is reach into your essentials pack and pull out some string wax. This is very important to the install. This will make things easier and cleaner to do. So to the lower half of the nock, you want to install a generous amount of string wax. All right. And then if you have it, you also want to utilize one of these tools. This is a nock tool for installing nocks and turning nocks. So then you'll take your arrow shaft, and pretty much just about all of your arrows you'll be able to do this install just with your fingers. You will not need a nock tool. There are some diameters such as the H nock that you will want to use a nock tool. When inserting this into the back of the arrow shaft, you want to make sure the index of the nock appropriately aligns with the proper vein depending on which arrow rest you're shooting. So I'm going to set my index, and you'll see the index on the nock there, and then just firm pressure all the way in until it's seated. Just remove the excess string wax. As the nock goes forward, it activates the light, and then when you're ready to turn the nock off, just grab the back of the nock and pull it back. The absolute thing that you want to avoid is taking the nock and pressing it firmly down onto the table. That can create damage to the nock and the nock ears. Absolutely do not do that. Next, we're going to do an install using the bushings. We're going to show you how to do an appropriate bushing install. First thing you want to do is remove the gray C-clip. The next thing you want to do is remove the orange C-clip. Whenever using a bushing, you never want to use the orange C-clip. The orange C-clip. And then the next thing we want to do is find the appropriate bushing for the shaft. And I like to just keep them all together. Run it down the shaft till you find the right size. And then remove the other bushings, pull it back out of the shaft. You always want to put the nock into the bushing first. That's very important when doing the install. So I'm going to take the nock, push it into the bushing, grab your string wax, apply a generous amount of wax to the bottom portion of the nock. Very important that we do this step. It just makes things go so much easier and smoother. And don't be afraid to apply too much. We're also going to demonstrate on how to use the nock tool on this step also. So the next thing we're going to do is press the nock into the back of the shaft, seat it into our nock tool, and press firmly all the way down. Then you can remove the excess wax, and then to turn the nock off, just pull straight back. The reason why we use the nock tool is because you do not absolutely want to take the nock and press it onto a table or to any surface. It can bend the ears over and damage the nock. So if you can't get the nock in by just using your fingers, absolutely use a nock tool. I want to thank you for watching, and if you have any other questions, you can contact Lancaster Archery Customer Service.